Hello everyone, welcome to the Commerce Achiever platform. With today's session, we are going to solve very important numerical from income tax income underhead salary, and the question has been raised in UPSC Civil Services examination and other various common exam. So I'm trying to discuss every possible point from this numerical. It's a very important numerical because it includes a number of points which you need to know, and I'll also tell you the small strategy how you can solve these kind of numerical if you come across some kind of this particular lengthy numerical. Okay, so without giving much time on reading this particular lengthy question, because something what I have seen that student while reading the numerical they feel that they know everything, but while solving they come across some difficulties. So how to save your time and how to best use your time in solving these kind of numerical, we will deal both things simultaneously. Okay, so instead of reading the question, what I'll do, I'll start with the numerical. The question which is raised in the examination is for the 2018-19, but we are going to solve as on today for 2024 and 2025. So we take the relevant amendments also. Okay, so in case if you come across any amendment in the future sessions, we'll keep sharing with you those amendments. Okay, so let's do the solution. We have Mr. X, and if you can see, Mr. X is a government employee. Okay, Mr. X is the government employee, and we are solving for the financial year 2024-2025. Okay, computation of salary income. Okay, so we will write the amount in rupees. Okay, so we have a point number 1 which is given as salary rupees 30,000 per month. So let's take the full salary, basic salary, right? So basic salary we have rupees 30,000 per month. So annual salary will be 3,60,000. Agree? Okay. I'm putting this point number for your understanding, for your revision. Okay. Point number 2 is DA, which is 60% of the salary. So DA, which is 60% of the basic salary, that is 3,60,000. That is annual salary. Okay. 2,16,000. Okay, 2,16,000. Next we have a third number, contribution in notified pension scheme 3,000 per month. So when nothing is mentioned, we'll take it as an employee contribution. Okay, contribution to notified pension scheme. I'm writing shortcut and we are assuming it is as an employee contribution. Okay, so that is rupees 3,000 per month, that is 36,000, right? So this 36,000 is eligible for deduction under section 80 CCD sub clause 1. So this is not a part of salary, but it is a part of chapter 6 deduction under section 80 CCD sub clause 1. Okay, let's see what is given in the fourth point. Employer contribution to the pension scheme 3,000 per month. So employer contribution to pension scheme. Okay, so we have an employer contribution. What's the amount? 3,000 per month. Again, that is annual value is the 36,000. So is it taxable or not? So let's see. It's a provision of exemption which is exempt up to rupees 10% of salary. So it is very important to understand what salary denotes here. So the salary is the basic plus DA, right? So when we see the basic and DA, we have 3,60,000 plus 2,16,000. Agree? 3,60,000 and 2,16,000. Sorry, 1 second. Okay, and that is 10%. So when you compute this, we will get 57,600. And what is the actual contribution? 36,000. So actual contribution is much less than the exemption allowed. Actual contribution is 36,000. Exemption allowed 57,600. So is it fully exempt? Yes. Don't need to mug up. Understand the every point here. Okay. You need to understand the provision very clearly. I hope it's clear. Okay. Point number 5. Sorry. So in the point number 5, we have transport allowance for commuting between home and office 2800 per month. Okay, transport allowance. Okay, so transport allowance is 2800 per month, that is a 12 month, right? So that will be 33,600. Okay. Next is deputation allowance for 2 months, that is 3,000 per month. Deputation allowance. So we have a 3,000 rupees for 2 months only, that is 6,000. Okay. Next we have 7 number entertainment allowance 2,000 per month, that is 24,000 for annual entertainment allowance. And during the year he spent 12,000 on entertainment of official gap. So that doesn't matter. That's just given to divert you from the and make you nervous sometime. So it's nothing to do with that. The allowance is 2,000. We're going to take that. So the entertainment allowance is fully taxable in normal cases, but in case of government employee, there is a deduction under section 16. Hope you recover. Okay. So point number 7 is the entertainment allowance. Okay. So that is rupees 2,000 for 12 month, that is 24,000. Okay. We will compute deduction at the time of deduction. Okay. Next is we have a rent-free accommodation. The license fee is given 2,000 per month. Government also provided with the furniture. Cost is 1 lakh. 75,000 is the WDV, right? Point number 8. Rent-free accommodation. Sometimes we call this RFE. There are sometimes in a question they use shortcut and mention that is RFE. So do not get confused, okay, with that particular information, okay. So for computing the rent-free accommodation, it's very important to understand the population of the city. The first step you have to, so I'm helping for your understanding. Please don't do as a part of solution in your examination, okay. So first you will check the accommodation as per the population with reference to population. Okay, so it's a Ludhiana, which we can see that it's less than 25 lakh. Okay, so when the population is less than 25 lakh, we'll take it 50% of salary. Okay, and it is very important, what is salary? Basic plus DA. Okay, then we have to reduce license fee, okay, which is paid by the employee. So the employee's contribution to the accommodation, which is license fee, will be reduced, and at the third step we will add furniture value. Agree? So for furniture, if they present, it will be perquisite. So we will do it 10% of the WDV. Okay, you can recall. So let's start with the computation. So we have a basic salary of 3,60,000, DA is 2,16,000. Okay, so very important point I want to highlight here. We will do 15% of the salary. 15% of salary, which is salary is 3,60,000 plus DA 2,16,000. Okay, plus deputation allowance 6,000. Okay, here I want to highlight, do not get confused. Sometimes some of you might not take deputation allowance as a part of the salary because it's mentioned as basic in DA. It's a very contradictory point here. The law mentions specifically the term deputation allowance, but the terminologies of salary includes basic and DA. So when the law already includes the deputation as specifically as a deputation allowance, which is as per relevant case law, so we're going to take here in the including the deputation allowance. Okay. Okay. So the total salary will be 5,82,000 and we will do 15% of the 5,82,000, that is 87,300. Okay, then we will reduce license fee, that is 2,000 per month, 24,000. Agree? So we will get the rent free value of unfurnished accommodation with this. Then we will add furniture. Okay, so we will add the furniture value. So 87,300 less 24,000, 63,300 is the value of unfurnished accommodation. Then we have to value the furniture of WDV is the 75,000 and 10% of the WDV is the 7,500. Okay, so when we add this 7,500 to 63,300, it will be 70,800. Okay, here if you didn't include the deputation, that is a contradictory point which is given in the case laws. So the calculation value will be revised accordingly with amount to rupees 6,000. Okay. Okay. So this was the rent-free accommodation including the furniture, point number 8. Then we have a point number 9, a servant and a watchman facility for which the government is paying 3,000 per month to each of these servant. So it is very important to see that there are two servant. Okay, so do not get confused by putting one servant. Okay, so servant and watchman facility, right? So there are two servant. Value is the 3,000 per month for every servant. We have two servant and for the 6 month, if you can see. Okay, so that will be 36,000. Simple calculation. Okay, next see the point number 10, that is a laptop costing 50,000 has been given to him for the official as well personal purpose. So if you call recall, it is given for both the purposes. When it is given for both the purposes, it will not be taxable. Okay, so laptop is exempt because it is given for office use also. Okay, next there will 11th point, right? Loan. So the loan amount is rupees 2 lakh. If you can see, on 1st October 2018 he took a loan of 2 lakh from the employer to buy a car at a concessional rate of 6.2%. That means the loan amount is rupees 2 lakh and the employer is charging 6.255% as a interest. Okay, loan is taken on October, that is for the 6th month. Okay, the repayment of the loan started from 1st January 2019, 10,000 per month, and SBI rate of interest is 9.25%. So we can see the rate of interest given by the SBI is different. However, the employer is charging the different rate. Okay, so let's compute the concessional loan. Okay, concessional loan which is taken for the car. Agree? So the loan has been taken for the car. We have a loan amount of rupees 2 lakh. So SBI interest, the 2 lakh is the loan amount. Agree? SBI interest rate is 9.25% again for 6 months. Agree? So the interest as per the SBI is rupees 9,250. Agree? Then calculate the interest as per the employer. employer interest, loan amount is rupees 2 lakh. The interest rate charged by the employer is 6.25% again for 6 months. Agree? So interest as per the employer is 6250. So the difference, sorry, so the difference of interest, okay, difference of interest is perquisite. Okay, so the difference of interest is taxable as perquisite. Okay, so in this case this will be rupees 3000. Agree? I hope it's clear. Okay, so we have a concessional loan for the car. Then on the point number 11, okay, 11th is the car. The 12th was the saving, which includes the LIC premium, PPF deposit, tuition fees, and repayment of housing loan. So we are not going towards the deduction under chapter 6. We are limiting our towards the computation of the salary income only. Okay, so it's my humble request. Can we recompute the salary? Now we will recompute the salary income here. So that is 3,60,000 plus 2,16,000 plus 33,600 plus 6,000 plus 24,000 plus 70,800 plus 36,000 plus 3,000. It's 7,49,400. Okay, 7,49,400. Hope you are agree. Okay, so let's compute the deduction. So this will be your gross taxable salary. Okay, then we will reduce deduction under section 16, which is given under section 16. First IA, that is standard deduction, that is rupees 50,000. Okay, here I want to highlight, okay, with effect from first financial year 2024-2025, the deduction is be 75,000. So many of you computing as per the last amendment, that will be 50,000. Many of you computing as per the current amendment, that is 75,000. Both are correct. Okay, you have to check the examination, in the examination for which year the question has been raising the question. I am providing solution as per the both. Okay, don't worry. And then we have a entertainment allowance. This deduction is only given to the government employee. If the employee is not a government employee, it will not be taxable. So we have a statutory limit of rupees 5,000 of entertainment allowances. Then we have a 20% of basic salary, which is 20% of 3,60,000, that is 72,000. And third is your actual allowance. This actual allowance is 24,000, that is 2,000 per month. Okay, so the lower will be exempt, lower will be allowed as in deduction, sorry. So in the given case, lower is the rupees 5,000. So 5,000 will be allowed as deduction. Agree? So we can see the net taxable salary. Okay, so let's compute the net taxable salary. We have 749,400 less 50,000, 55,000. Okay, minus 5,000. So we get 6,94,400 One second, please. And what if we compute as per the 75,000 deduction? So 749 400 minus 75,000 minus 5,000. That will be 6,69,400. Okay, that is as per the amendment of the standard deduction, which is increased to the 75,000. Okay. I hope it's clear. So without, if the deduction is 50,000, standard deduction is 50,000, your net taxable salary is 6,94,400. Okay. Okay. So the difference some of you might get in the areas. What are the possible differences you can see? First, the difference you can see as per the rent-free accommodation, where you are including or excluding the deputation allowance. Okay, that's the difference only you can find. Next, the difference you can find is uh, in case of amendment of the standard deduction, that is 50,000 or 75,000. Only these two differences one can find in their solutions, and that will be acceptable with reference to important notes. Okay, otherwise the answer will remain same. Okay, so in case of any confusion or any doubt apart from these two changes, feel free to ask in a comment section, and the further amendments and any updates or amendments will keep on sharing with you. Please stay connected, keep participating, because if you don't ask the questions, if you don't raise the question, be a child, keep asking the question, and let me help you as much as possible I can. Okay, see you in the next session with more knowledge. Till then, take care, bye bye, and Jai Hind.